It's a tremendous schus for me that Kosh Baruch Hu was mezaken me to take a little part in this great event. And therefore, it's unnecessary for me to give any extra words because the actual being is fine. But I promised my son, Reb Eli, that I'll speak, so I'll say a story that I had said it in the past, and I think the potency of it being here is very kedai to hear it. At the beginning of the creation of Israeli country, there was a situation which was called tsena, which means that no matter how much money you owned, you couldn't buy food only with a coupon. Whether you had money or you don't have money. And I remember going to the Makolet and this is what you got, whether you like it or not. In those days, a person hung up a zettel, a petek, in Meshorim de Gestiblach, and he says, I'm making a Siyum at this and this day, and I'll serve a Sude Kiyad HaMelech. Tzena, Sude Kiyad HaMelech, Meshorim kommt, alle Yidden kommen, of course. Everybody's there. And some people noticed that he takes out the Gemara Moed Katan. As we all know, Moed Katan is a small Masechta, a easy Masechta, and deserves a Siyum and Tzena Kiyad HaMelech. What's that? And the Messiah gets up and he talks to the Tzibur and he says, let me explain to you what this Moed Katan means to me and to you. He was in the camps and people came in the morning and their friends used to greet them, good morning, Reb Mendel, good morning, how are you? And back to work. And most people, of course, didn't survive. They were sent away, as we all know this story. There's one Yid who you told him good morning. He doesn't answer, he mumbles. In the middle of work, you tell him, how are you doing? You doing okay? He mumbles and doesn't answer. And so on and so forth. And the tzibur decided he probably flipped. Yeah, it's not a chidush, it's such a matzav. It wasn't just the work, it was the degrading. It's not possible to describe. One night, this man had slept in a bunk next to this Jewish person. And the guy wakes him up at 2 a.m. and he apologizes for waking him up. And he says he feels that his minutes in this world is very short, he's going away. And he tells him that he finished Shas in this camp, except for Moed Katan. He's holding in the middle of the Masechta, and he feels he's going. He wants this person to promise him that he'll finish Moed Cotton for him, and he'll make a scene. And the person, of course, promised, and in minutes he was gone. I want to bring out this holy man. This is what gives to Reb Eli the koiches to continue. Which I mean is like this. We have to concentrate. The Torah says, in Beshalach, at the end of the Parsha, after Hashem Zborach took out Klal Yisrael from Mitzrayim, came a new Umo, Amalek. And we all know Amalek isn't a certain Umo, like it says in Zohar and brought down in many different places. There's a certain type of people that they continue that. Amalek was fighting with Klal Yisrael. And Moshe Rabbeinu sent Yeshua, and he fought him, and he won. So it says in the Torah like this, V'hoyo, and it was, Kasher Yorim Moshe es Yodoi. Moshe picked up his hand. V'govar Yisrael. Klal Yisrael was misgaber. V'kasher Yoniach, and when he put his hand down, V'govar Amalek. That means Losid Lovoi. The Soida Dvorim means in our days, when people pick up Moshe's hand, which is the Torah, V'govar Yisrael. And today was a matzav, and it's good that we would bring it out, although many people have a fear of talking. V'hoyo kasher yoniach. In Klal Yisrael, the roiv is meniach the Torah. And they start fighting with HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the middle of the streets. You want to make a minyan Yom Kippur in the middle of Tel Aviv, the Yah gives out a chok, you can't. Not in Tel Aviv. Separate? No. Freie people come, they make Afghanis in Bnei Brak. What do you want? No. Make Afghanis with Lubavitcher Chassidim that put on tefillin. No, we don't want it. So you're such a knacker? Come, we'll show you. You put your hand down. V'govar Amalek. You're able to? You have such koiches? Let me see. You're nothing. Why are you nothing? You have an army. You have planes. You have tanks. You have everything. These are just little jukim, nonsense. They don't have an army. They don't have... Yes, you can't fight them. No. Every day, Shabak, these elite people, nobody knows who they are. Well, a few weeks ago, 10 people were already diminished. How? We know all everything. We know a little fly flies over there. Yes, 6 hours. We came in and out. 1,000 people, a nechtigen talk. A couple thousand people came in. All these lefties. Yeah, you're such a giver, I know. I have to mention, Chazal HaKadoshim say, the Gemara in Sanhedrin Daf Mem Zayin, Rove asked a question. Why does the Pasuk say, Avodecho and Chasidecho? Psar Chasidecho lechaiso yoretz. And Avodecho, it says, there was Uifa Shomayim. Why is it Avodecho and Chasidecho? So Rove says, Avodecho, the chayvu dine meikore, they were chayv mise. That's what Rove says. But given the ikteluhu, because they were killed, they called Avdei Hashem. I'm not taking that away, Chas v'sholem, and I'm not trying to minimize it. And Chasidecho is Chasidim de meikore. But we shouldn't lose our mind and think that the Rishoyim that tried to say, Achim laneshek, everybody has to go to the army, you don't need anybody learning. We are strong. You're strong? Let me see you picking up your head. not strong. All of a sudden there's no Afghanis. But we have to remember, what is this? Kasher. Yoniach Yodoi comes Reb Eli and picks up the hand of Klal Yisrael and will be misgaber. With what? Not with your tanks. 16 soldiers go in a second, little nonsense, jukim. But they have in their hands things, nuntet, negetankim, tak. All the people go in a second. And anybody that knows what it means to go in a tank knows it's a misa mishune. The heat there is just unbearable. We can't describe it. I just want to say, short, two things. Reb Yankov Kamenetsky once told me, I will quote his words, Tzochei amcho merubim, ich lern daf hayemi. That's all I do. So Reb Eli took, it's from the Godel Ador, Reb Yankov Kamenetsky. I don't know who knew him, but I was very close with him. Gavre Rabbe Shein the Shire, until the Odom that is called a Poshet, who is not Poshet at all, everybody is going together. We're all together here. As I said, there's no need for me to explain, there's no need for me to talk, but I just want to share with you, good friends, my machshavas, and what goes around. Of course, we all know the Tsar and the Simcha. Yes, people were happy Simchas Torah with Chilul Shabbos, but we are happy with the Torah we dance. My son was asking me if I'm allowed to dance. I said, I was in the middle of davening, it takes me a couple of minutes longer. And I showed him, of course, Simchas Torah Shabbos, it says in Mishnah Berurah you can dance. We all know the Mishnah in Beitze, you're not allowed to dance on Shabbos, but Simchas Torah, the Mishnah Berurah says, Mefurish, you can dance. And Simchas Torah isn't just finishing Dvorim. Simchas Torah is finishing Hershy Shas, and the way it goes. And I said, Minakotne Lagodel means thousands of people, each one with his own issues, with his own things behind him. This one is happy, this one is unhappy, this one is getting divorced, and this one lost his money. Because so, as we know, a tzibur isn't just a tzibur. A tzibur is a lot of yichidim. And every yochid is kosher to the Torah, and the Torah picks him up and lifts him up, whether he's zoichet to see in this world, or he will be zoichet to see in the world to come. I just want to finish, I don't want to be meilich, with one shtickle story that took me always very strongly. We all know that we bake matzahs, and I want to say as a maise from the Kapishnitzer Rebbe. As we bake, the Kapishnitzer Rebbe baked matzahs, and the shiur, I don't know if you know, in Yiddish, a shiur is the one that brings in the matzahs into the oven and takes it out. It's a tremendous hard job. If you leave it a few seconds too long, it gets into flames. You took it 3 seconds too short, it's not a matzah. It's just, there's no chaznishnik, no brisker will eat it. It's garnished. If you leave it a mashu long, it gets black. On top of all that, it's boiling hot over there. So the Kapishnitzer Rebbe gave him a tip. He tipped him. Then the Rebbe came back to bake Erev Pesach the matzahs. You know, by us Litvikes, we don't do it. But it's a Shulchan Aruch, by the way. This is not a Hamtza'ah from a certain Rebbe. It's in Shulchan Aruch. And the Hasidim, of course, followed the Shulchan Aruch of Yosef, who's the Rebbe from Klal Yisrael. Says to bake, even though it's lachas sheishos, and if you find a drop of chometz, it's not bottled, but we bake. So the Rebbe baked this matzahs that we eat by the Seder. He ate by the Seder. And he goes over to the shiur, and he wants to tip him. He brings him a tip. So the shiur says, I'll say it in Yiddish, and I'll explain it in English, whoever doesn't understand. The Rebbe darf man nicht tippen. The Rebbe hat schon Yoitze gewinnt. The Rebbe doesn't have to give me a tip. The Rebbe was Yoitze. So the Rebbe says, ich bin doch nicht gekommen, Yoitze sein. I didn't come here to be Yoitze. I came to be Mehader in the mitzvah. I came to tip you. And I want to bring out, I see all the beautiful things from so many people. Everybody can learn the daf, Reb Eli. I open the internet. I don't have to teach you. You can teach me how to do it. And it's fine, no problem. Why does everybody have to come? This one comes from England, and this one comes from here, and nobody comes from Stamford. No matter what, he comes from someplace. He came to be mishtatev, and he came to be mechazik. He came to be part of it. When a person does a mitzvah, and kommt nicht yoytze sein, he gets paid on both worlds. That's the schar. And I don't want to be meirich, I have a gemara for that, but I'll leave you with this, that Hakadosh Baruch Hu should bless you all. For me, it's a tremendous simcha and a schus to be mishtatev with all the yechidim who are happening to become a tzibur mole, to be zoicha, to be with you. And your Torah should be meir me, should be meir you, should all have a good life, and should have nachas from your kids, you should have parnosa, and Hakadosh Baruch Hu should give you whoever needs something, you should get blessed. Tonight is the time. A good Woche.
Thank you, Reb Stefansky. Would you continue with the program? Reb Eli is going to speak in a minute. Because of the Matzav in Eretz Yisrael, and we feel all connected with our brethren in Eretz Yisrael, we're about to say 2 kapitlach of Tehillim. We're going to ask our dear friend who was not here for Shabbos, Reb Merad Nakash, to please come here and lead the Tehillim for the Olam. As he's coming up, I'll give a little divrei hesped on Merad. So Merad is somebody who has mamish come out of left field. And I want to tell you a story, man. I hope you don't mind. So Merad has given, I can't say how many hundreds of thousands of dollars to the shiur, but I want to say how he came to the shiur, a free Gemara. And I asked him, I said, I don't understand. He's bought Shasin for a lot of people. I wouldn't, you took it free. Are you crazy? Why'd you take a free Gemara? He says, because I knew if I take it, I have a chiyuv to learn, and here's who he is. So you see that it works. And Merad, please come lead us with Tillim. Come. Yeshiva Shahavara, please. No, I'm kidding around. Go ahead. Friday, go. Say the shh. Shira Malot. First? Yeah.
Shira Malot, b'mamakim kiraticha Adonai. Adonai shema b'koli, tien aznecha kashuvo lekol tahanunai. Im avonot tishmor ya Adonai mi'amon. Kimcha selicha leman tevareh. Kividi Adonai kivita nafshi v'lidvaro halti. Nafshi l'Adonai mishomrim laboker, shomerim laboker. Yahel Yisrael el Adonai, kim Adonai ha'chesed v'arbo mofedo. V'hu yivdet Yisrael mikol avonotav. Shil ma'alot esaina yelearim me'ayin yavo ezri. Ezrimim Adonai ose shamayim v'aretz. Al yiten lamot raglecha yanum shomrecha. Hine lo yanum velo yishan shomer Yisrael. Adonai shomrecha, Adonai tzelecha al yad yeminecha. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה. אדוני ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך. אדוני ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם.
אחינו כל בית ישראל, הנשונים בצורו ובשיביו, והעומדים בין ביום ובין ביבשה.
Everyone, let's sing together. Everyone together, let's hear you one more time.
Not stop. Yoeli Dickman, Shmaya Fischer, Hershy Weinberger, the Shira choir, the amazing band. Please find your seats. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Okay, we're about to introduce Reb Eli, but we have to introduce our Reb Yossi Klein Shlita in a minute. Does he say a few words? I want to tell you, we're starting a new book. It's called MDY Moifsim. And I want to tell you, fresh, hot off the press, Reb Eli, you don't even know the story. A guy just came over to me right now as I got off the stage, Moti Pearl, and told me this story. Your mind's going to be blown. I hope not. I wait till after the night. So for those that know, Reb Eli Stefansky said before Masechtas Gittin, he said, Rabbi Isai, if you learn Masechtas Gittin, it's a skula to find a shidduch. It's a school to find a shidduch. You find Gittin, after Gittin comes Kedushin, school to find a shidduch. Mati just came up to me right, listen to the story, came up to me, told me right now that his brother Yankee decided to join MDY for Gittin, and an hour after you finished Masechtas Kedushin on Friday, it became a chassan. And in fact, the Vard is now, but Mati's not going because he's here, because he's a smart guy. There we go. Okay, so we're about to introduce Rabbi Yossi Klein, Shlita. For those that don't know Yossi, he's an entrepreneur from Monsey, runs a successful company. Yes. So, for those that don't know, I write a business column in Ami magazine called Lunch Break. And one of the things I'm always impressed with the entrepreneurs are the ones who are able to be so successful, their business runs on clockwork, that they're free, they have time to do what they want. Now, Yossi Klein must be the best entrepreneur because he's never at work. He's always busy with MDY. I'm telling you, like, it must run on miracles, his whole company. So if anyone needs any like major commercial work done, please see Superior Piping and Plumbing or whatever it's called. We'll give you a discount if you join the DAF. So, a little 2 words, Divrei Hesped about Rabbi Yossi. It's the best thing. When else do you get to hear Divrei Hesped? Only when you're here, you get to hear it. So Yossi Klein arranged this entire Shabbos, A to Z, period. Myself, Tomer Levi, we try not to get in his way a little bit. He's a very sweet guy, but gotta be tough, had to make the decisions. Everything ran through him. But I want to tell you, guys that don't know what Yossi Klein's involvement is in MDY and how he started, and I think it's important to give him 10 seconds to understand that. Everyone knows today the concept of the free Gemaras. MDY gives out Gemaras. We sponsor people who need Gemaras. We sponsor Gemaras to get people to join the DAF. You want to know how that started? And who gave the impetus behind it? So I had this idea. I told Yossi about it. He's like, I'm giving the first $1,000. It went in a day. He goes, I'm giving the next $2,500. Okay, it ended. He's like, I'm paying for all the ads in the newspapers. He's given, I can't say how much money he's given because then the item's going to line up for tzedakah checks by him, but you should know he's given a lot of money to MDY. So it is a real schus for us to have Yossi Klein here. And everyone should know that anyone who has a chelik in MDY, it comes from Rabbi Yossi. And with that, let's give a huge round of applause as we call Yossi Klein to the stage to say a few words. You Michael me, yeah? You Michael me in advance? You Michael? Okay, he's Michael me, yeah.
I just want to say a lot of koiches went into this Shabbos. And yes, as Nasanel said, there was a tremendous amount of hours that we had to put in order to take this Shabbos event. And it just was not by myself. I know you gave me the credit, but there was a lot of other people to give credit for. For just even one example, which Reb Eli alone is Idas, that, for example, there's a bunch of subs that did where there was lighting or where there was a lot of people involved to do in this event. But let's say, for example, catering, when we came to just conclude after, I would say, like 40 or 50 hours, we went to Reb Eli, and we said, just to finalize with our very good and best caterer, we were sitting there for just 2 days alone. I'm talking just about a little detail in the Shabbos. Took only 2 days just to make sure every little detail to go through. Yes, and there was a lot of hours to put in. Chaim Levi, yes, you delivered the job. Excellent. No complaints. Everybody was super happy about your service and the food and everything. But just to thank a lot of people, and I'm sure I'm going to forget names. I'm not even doubting. I'm sure I'm going to forget names, and I'm saying for those names though I forget, that's L'Shem Shemaim. But everybody got an aliyah. I just want to mention these few names, and just to people to know who to appreciate to get this whole thing together. The first one I would say is going to be my manager, because if not for him, I wouldn't be able to do a thing. So, Davi Glober, and my secretary that put up with just being away from Superior for such a long time. I'm hoping to come back in Hashem this week. And you can all clap at the end. So it's going to be a few names just to get us. We have MDY, one of the main people that stand behind MDY is, we know Reb Eli gives shiur all the time, but who runs his business is Benzi Friedman. And it's kind of a sas gezewil, but we have to have him in mind. This is he took on his business, and like this we can enjoy the daf. Nisanel Gans, I can call him 11 o'clock at night, or there's 4 o'clock in the morning. He's answering right away and coming up with ideas and all the marketing and all the kind of ideas that how we can do. Very devoted. Avi, we can always count on you. Avi Kamayansky, whenever we want to make a big event, and we were like, we're not going to be able to run this. It's going into a tremendous undertaking. Avi, yes, you said you're going to back us, and you came us like a backbone very strongly, financially and physically. Thank you. Noam Fix, thank you so much. On many, many hours of Zoom meetings, you were involved in every little detail to make sure that it comes out such a success event. And I really appreciate it. And you have a job, you have a life, but you are all the time devoted. Thank you. Tomer Levy, I don't know, I should have counted. Maybe you should have been the first one to say your name. But with such heart, I mean, you don't see that. You don't see that anywhere. This compassion that you put in on every little details, on hundreds and hundreds of hours. Yes, I can say a week, hundreds and hundreds of hours, how much you put in. It's not normal. Not normal. You went really beyond your need. Not normal. Shai Rosenthal, you're kind of a person, I would say, Amoir ma'ad vasai harbe. You don't talk too much, but you do a lot. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yochanan Itzkowitz, thank you so much. With such a smile, you arranged the seatings. Thank you. Shimei Libowitz also did the website for the entire Shabbos, and we made him crazy this week. We need everything in emergency, and everything needs to be in the next hour or yesterday. Thank you so much, and you were always with such a good attitude to it. Anonymously, I'm not going to say his name, a graphic designer who did all the graphics for this Shabbos, donated for free for his entire time. Really, I can say many times he was up throughout the entire night. He told me 6 o'clock in the morning, he sends me a message, yes, I just finished. You'll have the file soon. And this was like really throughout the night. Yehuda Shok, thank you so much for taking the phone calls from all the people that were making you crazy for stuff. Mark Ashkenazi, Mo Landy, those people went on behind. YF Production, Yochi Fleischman and Choni Rottenberg. Really, really, really tremendous amounts of hours to put in to make sure every little detail of this event goes. Whether it was teplich, how you call this? Teplich by the sinks, I don't know how you say it even. Wash cups, fine. Wash cups, tissues in the besmedrish, all the little details, to have a guy to make sure to clean the bathrooms throughout the 24 hours, every little detail. They went really, really beyond, and they did an amazing job. And I also want to really thank the sponsors that came up and donated from the money. They don't want me to mention their names, but they really gave opportunity. Somebody came over to Shabbos and came over to me, he's like, MDY is not in a red. They made a cheshbon, how many people are sitting here. And I said to him, over 100 people sitting in this room at Shabbos from people who were donated from other people. And that is from the sponsors that stepped up to the plate to make the Shabbos of Achdus. So thank you to them. I know I'm not allowed to mention your name, but Hashem should pay you back. And Achra Chuviv, thank you to my wife to put up with this. Thank you so much. And Hashem should bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi Yossi. And the truth is, you know, we always talk about the wives of MDY, and it's important. And Yossi thanked his wife, but everyone, again, I mean specifically here to Tomer, myself, Yossi, all the people who spent hours and hours, our wives and kids didn't see us for a few weeks. So a huge round of applause to all of them. Thank you so much. It's not really that I wanted to thank my wife. I just wanted to be able to get back in the house and act like normal, so she excuses me for the last 2 weeks. But anyway, it's tremendous chus. So we like that. You know, one of the beautiful things about the Shabbos, for those that weren't here, we had speeches from people that blew the house down, that people didn't expect to hear. One of them was Reb Noam Fix. People know Noam Fix is a guy who sits in the shiur. Yeah, but he has a seminary. He's a gaver rabba. When he spoke the whole oilam, he was like, I didn't know such a powerhouse. I didn't either. But so emotional, so powerful, and really represented who we are. And with that, we'll give the mic over to Noam Fix.
Okay, Shkoyach, thank you very much. I was tasked just to say a couple of words, a couple of thank yous, 3 specific thank yous. The first thank you goes to an individual, and Yossi specifically left him out. But the first thank you goes to somebody who really stepped up to the plate in a very, very big way, not just for the Siyum, but consistently and constantly steps up to the plate. You all know him as soon as I say the name. I just want to frame it very, very quickly for us. It's a thought that I shared many years ago. When Hashem took Klal Yisrael out of Mitzrayim, so he promised them that they're going to be wealthy beyond belief. And there are midrashim that say that when they left Mitzrayim, every single Yid had donkeys laden with gold, silver, jewels, multimillionaires. And the question that comes up is that where did Hashem take them out to? Took them out to the Midbar. Is Hashem making a joke? Multimillionaires, and they're out in the Midbar. What do you do with all that money in the Midbar? It's machoizek chas v'shalom. He's laughing at us. Here's all the money, you're a big veer, and you have nothing to do with it. So what's pshat? So pshat is, the Ribono Shalom wanted to teach us a lesson. You know what the value of money is? You know what it's worth? Nothing. It's worth what you could do with it in a midbar. Norvas, except you find that Klal Yisrael did 2 things with all the money they had. They made an egel, and they built a mishkan. The value of money is what you use it for and what you attribute it to. You can make an egel out of it, you can turn it into an avodah zarah, or you can take that money and you can turn it into a mishkan and use it for dvarim shebekdusha. This person that steps up to the plate consistently is a person whose lave is larger than life itself. Reb Fischel Gross has constantly and consistently stepped up to the plate, but not just with his money, with his ideas, with his time, with his initiative, with his investment. Reb Fischel, we cannot thank you enough. He has taken whatever money Hashem has allocated to him, and he is 100% completely dedicated and committed it to the Mishkan, to Kedusha, and it's seen and it's felt in MDY. We are all beneficiaries of Reb Fischel's generosity and his commitment to Kedusha and Torah. Reb Fischel would like to present you with a gift. If you can come over here for a second. Where is autism? Official, it's a shmek tabak. You know, you're gonna, I know what you'll do with it already. Here we are. Over there. Over here. We got an early Shabbos. Okay, the next gifts, it's really two people that we're thanking, but it's really Shnayim Shem Echad. And I don't know where to begin, and if we begin, then I'm afraid that we won't know where to end. Because there's no question that the ultimate Hakaras HaTov obviously is to the Ribono Shel Olam, but the Ribono Shel Olam chooses his vessels. And the vessels that he chose to create an MDY, to create an organization that disseminates hundreds of thousands of hours of Torah, hundreds of thousands of acts of Gemilas Chesed, hundreds of thousands of hours of tefillah, ish l're'eu, one to the other. The vessel that the Ribono Shel Olam chose to do that is the Stefansky family. And as much as we thank, and as much as we say, and as much as we give, it's never enough. If the word milah means to cut, like a bris milah, the word milah means to cut, then any words that we use to express our thank you is really just cutting the experience of what we gain by being involved in MDY, being involved in the Shabbos, being involved in being Messiah, half of Shas, being involved in each person picking up a Gemara for the first time again, and starting anew, or continuing, or deepening, or pushing, or challenging, or just watching Reb Eli's Mesiras Nefesh. And when I say Shtayim Keshem Echad, I'm not just talking about Reb Eli, I'm talking about Reb Eli, and I'm talking about Reb Eli Stefansky. There's no question that nothing happens without this vessel, Shtayim Shem Echad. And if Reb Eli said, or somebody mentioned on Shabbos, that the Rebbetzins an Ezer Kenegdo, so then the two gifts that we have for Reb Eli and his Chashav Rebbetzin are the Ezer and the Kenegdo. The Ezer is for us, Reb Eli, we got you a silver clock. When you have 10 minutes left, you'll see it clearly. You can come up. That's the gift for Reb Eli. Yeah. Hint, hint. That's right. And for the Rebbetzin, we got, not butterflies, no. But we got two gifts that will adorn her Shabbos table. If time is Bizman, Shabbos is Me'al Zman. That is the ultimate Ezer Kenegdo. Zman and Me'al Zman working together. Shabbos and time. Sheishes yomim tasim lachtecha, u'v'yom hashvi, Shabbos l'Hashem Elokecha. We want to thank, it's a vase, and it's two things to adorn the Shabbos table. Reb Eli, we cannot thank you enough. No words can share with you what you do for all of us. Yeah, you can lift it like the...
Yishoyru shomrenu nai, Levi'ai ve'choyanai. Oh, Tisan al Hashem, Shabbos Achiyom Lashem. Oh, Yishoyru shomrenu nai, Levi'ai ve'choyanai.
Okay, a little change in plans. We're gonna have the main course, and everyone's hungry. But during the main course, we're gonna show you a video right now. That I want to tell you the back end of this video. 3 days ago, Reb Eli Stefansky gives me a call. He's like, I think we should make a video on our journey throughout Shas. I'm like, that's a great idea. So I said, it's a great idea. Maybe you find the whole company to do it. No, I think you should do it in 3 days. I said, I'm not a video guy. So you have this a young lady by the name of Bracha Schuldenfrei, runs a company called the Design Lab in New Jersey. We're going to give her a major promotion soon because she worked on this for 3 days straight. To the point where she was losing her mind every Thursday afternoon because she worked for hours, and then Reb Eli sends me a message. Tell her that there's still 20 hours till Shabbos. She still has more time to do stuff. This is Thursday night, you know? And she worked tirelessly throughout the night to put out a video of our journey throughout Shas. Take a look. As soon as it's ready. It's the journey throughout Shas. Play it. Press play. Okay, press play. Gary Ben Moshe says to tell them to press play.
If this shiur of Shabbos and the Kohen eating Truma and a Ani eating, if they're the same, then what's the difference between Reb Meir and Chachamim?
Was ist das mit dem?
Was hat sich Rabbi Isai? Morning, Rabbi Isai.
Good morning, Rabbi Isai. I'm on a flight from Hershy to Chicago. And the point is, Rabbi Isai, it's all about the Yomi. It's all about the Yomi.
But it's not about the daf, it's about the Yomi. And it's something that you should never forget. So if you miss a day, it doesn't mean it's over. It's not over. Just start again, don't waste time on regret. So if you're thinking that the time has come to daf now, and you want to study Torah every day, from the moment that Reb Eli says Rabbi Sai, there is no chance you'll ever go away. There is no chance you'll ever go away.
If he's talking to another Amoritz, Ayoy is the name of a Tana. It's a suspended wall, it's standing in mid-air. On the shofar and then below. What if nothing comes out? Kivin sharav some matzah muteris. This Rabbi Isai is kutoch. That we're gonna have to learn on Kavachaymer. This is the Korban Pesach. First goes Yayin, Kiddush, 450 straight days for a person who's not known for consistency. Here it is, here's the key. You get it. It's not like they even that. You have to like pay whatever. He applies the blood over here, applies the blood over here. Sadik's on Zoom, you heard? The buds, oh, maybe. And he sprinkles, he goes like that. He hits it one time. You could do it live. It's live, interesting. It's not bad. Above the Zchut HaSikra, on the Soivev, you could put it on. And these light up. Should we go to war? And go boom, 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 boom. Like that. Big, big news. Hayoim. Tisha v'arboim yoim sheheim shiva shavuos ba'omer or la'omer. I didn't get a single email from anyone saying, oh, thank you for reminding me. Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Put your hand in like this. With the 3 fingers, you grab 3 fingers worth. Here we go. So you can't use this for schach. From here to here, it's 3 tfachim. This probably killed 100,000 cows. V'loy b'magel, and not with a sickle.
That's it.
If you are standing on earth and you look at the sun, if he's a Poshe Yisrael, then you have to go into fire. It's not enough. Most Rishonim hold is the Rabbanan. The Rabbim holds the Rise. The moon follows the sun, it goes down. So what happens is this guy, the sun disappears, and then you're able to see the moon for the very first time, because this is a given, says Rashi. You cannot see the moon 6 hours in either direction of the Moilai. Shas agrees to that. You start from day 1 and you work 22 days later, then that allows you to eat the entire crop that just grew up until this point. You give this, that's what you leave for the anim. And this guy's mamish chrupping away. If you ever go to the mikveh, pishut yadayim v'raglayim. This is what we want to talk about. The spread hands and feet like this. Give someone the gift of Torah. Change a person's life. This is the Melech HaChayos, my boy said. Melech HaChayos. You want to hear what it sounds like? Tapasta maruba like the pasta. You try to grab too much pasta, it's not going to go. Anyways. They wouldn't stop. I'll see you there, July 8th, Masechtas Ksubas.
Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Shkoyach.
Baruch Shechiyonu V'Kimonu V'Yonu Lazman Hazeh. It's a tremendous milestone for me. Very emotional. Unbelievable. I'm coming to visit you live in Baltimore. Rabbi Sai. Toronto, here I come. I'm coming to a live shiur in Lakewood, New Jersey. Every day. So now that we're starting Masechtas Nazir, I wanted to ask you a few questions about Nazirus. Maybe tell me a little bit about why you became a Nazir, what it's like to live like a Nazir. What can you tell us? Enlighten us a little bit about Nazirus.
Good morning, Rabbi Sai.
Soita is an amazing Masechta, and it's starting in 10 days. 10 days. Easy, Geschmack, Agadata, stories. It's unbelievable Masechta. It's only 48 days. Soita starts in 10 days. 10 days. Chap your friends. 8 days from now, we're starting Soita. I don't know that we'll have a Masechta like this coming up anytime soon. Coming to New York to start Masechtas Gittin in New York. We're going to have a shiur in Brooklyn, in the 5 towns, in Monsey, in Queens, and in Lakewood. What a way to start one of the most unbelievable Masechtas, Masechtas Gittin. We hear over and over how different individuals haven't made a Siyum even once in their lifetime, especially a beautiful Masechta like this. It happens to be that this Siyum, for me, is the Siyum of Shas. Like this. This video, y'all say. Oh, good morning, Rabbi Sai. All right, back to gegangen Shas. Hey, Megaso, Nicholas from the Zero. Back.
In a mitzvah v'Torah, in a mitzvah v'Torah, MDY is a family. In a mitzvah v'Torah, in a mitzvah v'Torah, a global cause of Torah unity. In a mitzvah v'Torah, in a mitzvah v'Torah, 7 years and never miss a day. In a mitzvah v'Torah, in a mitzvah v'Torah, it's geschmack to do the daf is what we say.
Rabbi Isai, I am super excited. MDY is organizing a Shabbaton. We're renting out our Armon hotel in Connecticut, a Shabbos of Achdus. We're going to celebrate the Siyum of Mercaz Kiddushin, the Siyum of half of Shas. It's going to be a Shabbos with unbelievable zemiras, a band, unbelievable food, Reb Y. Jacobson, Rabbi Ben Shushat, an amazing program for women as well. The most important thing is, come spend Shabbos with your mishpacha. Please join us. I'll see you there, Be'ezer Hashem.
Mazel tov to the MDY family, and especially Reb Eli. Keep on doing the daf. Keep on dafing.
Mazel tov to Reb Eli's shiur, and to all of you that have been privileged now to finish. It's a great, great accomplishment. And the daily study of Torah, Kihem Chayenu V'orech Yameinu, gives us life and inspiration, and it really sets the whole day. It's the background for everything that we do, and it sanctifies the day. So again, I want to wish you congratulations on the achievement, and a bracha of atzlacha to continue, and to be able to complete Shas, and to grow. And we should all be well and hear good news one from another.
I want to bless the MDY family, Reb Eli Stefansky, the shiur from Daf Yomi. You need to be proud that you zoiche to learning Torah and to make other people to learning Torah. I have not the word to explain you the biggest chus that what you're doing. Hashem will help you with good ears and healthy to keep going till Mashiach Tzidkenu.
To all the Chashuv Yidden and MDY, learning Chevra with Reb Eli, and the or that I'm sure your learning of a daf is spreading to the world is not to be believed. In Slonim they say that there are many different ways to say friend in Hebrew. There's Chaver, there's Reya, there's also Yedid. What is Yedid? Yedid is someone it's two yads, it's yad and yad. So there should be a light to the friendships that you make through the Talmud Torah that you're Isaac in. And you should have many more years of Atzlacha with learning B'simcha V'tuv Levav.
Moshe hat ihn so gesagt, wenn ma Yuvi Esrim und no Echiayai ihr gai bald haro Ido Elamuel Yoi wo sich so gleich Du sog ich für jede jüdische Niki
Rabbi Isai, before we do the Hadron, first we're going to call up. It's a tremendous, tremendous honor, schus, privilege to have with us. We spent Shabbos with Rabbi Jacobson, and I have to tell you, I think, Reb Ari Ben Shushan, I think we enjoy watching each other speak, trading notes, talking shop about public speaking. But then when we watch Reb Y. Jacobson speak, it's a whole different stratosphere. It's a whole different league. It's a whole different ball game. It's a chad bedara. It's a unique experience to hear Rabbi YY speak. He can make you both laugh and cry at the same time. And like we pointed out on Shabbos, I think it's the perfect experience of MDY to have a Lubavitcher speaking at a Grunix event. The combination of the two coming together as one is the unity called MDY. So without any further ado, it is a tremendous honor. It was a privilege to have you for Shabbos and an honor to have you address us as the keynote speaker, Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson.
Please. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. B'rishus Reb Eli Shlita, who brought us all together for this extraordinary Shabbos and Motzei Shabbos. B'rishus his esteemed father, Hagon Reb Yaakov David Shlita Stefansky, the Shver Reb Yaakov Meir Friedman Shlita, the whole Mishpacha, the Stefansky family, the Friedman family, all the friends, relatives, and the extended family of Mercaz Daf Yomi, Kulanu b'nei ish echad nachnu. I'm honored and privileged to address you at this stupendous evening. So here's the question, my dearest brothers and sisters. How did he kill him? How did he kill him? It's a story that happened almost 3,500 years ago, but Jews argue, how did he kill him? And I'm referring to the first recorded event in history of a Jew being murdered because he was a Jew. It's in the beginning of Parsha Shmos. Vayigdal Moshe vayetze elechav. Moshe grew up and he went out to his brothers and he observes an Egyptian commander, an Egyptian soldier trying to murder, to beat to death a Hebrew. Vayarish Mitzri maki ivri meyechav. The Jew will die if Moshe does nothing. Vayifen koi v'choi, vayarki einish, vayaches hamitzri, vayitmenei b'choil. Moshe looks here, Moshe looks there. He strikes the Egyptian, he kills him, and he buries him in the sand. I read the story, and I say, Baruch Hashem, the murderer was slain before he managed to kill. The Jew was saved. Jews know how to argue about everything. If you open up a Medrash Rabbah Parsha Shmos, Chazal asked the question, how did Moshe do it? Now I would say, who cares?
L'maynaf kamina, the guy is dead, let's go eat. The summation of all Jewish holidays, they tried to kill us, we won, where's the food? Vayachas HaMitzri, the Gemara in Yumam, Maida Hava, L'maynaf kamina, how he killed them. The Medrash is talking about this when the Medrash was written. You're talking about at the end of Bayesheni, you're talking about 1,500 years or more since it happened. A lot of water came under the bridge since. 3 opinions, 3 different opinions. Rebbe Vyosser says, Be'egroif, Moshe killed him with his fist. Apparently, in Paro's palace, there was some good Krav Maga lessons, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, martial arts, some good wrestling or boxing. Moshe learned self-defense. Be'egroif, he took his fist, hat ihm gegeben a klap, a frask, and yisgadal v'yiskadash. That's the first opinion. V'yesh oimrim. Others say, b'magreifer shel tit. The Jew was using a shovel in order to build Paro's mansions, Pisim and Ramses, a magreifer, a shovel for tit, for cement, for plaster. Moshe took the shovel, boom, he killed him. V'Rabbanan Amri. And then the Rabbanan say the third opinion, and this you all know. Why? Because the only one that Rashi quotes in Chumash. Rashi doesn't quote the first 2 opinions. It's interesting. Rashi quotes only the third opinion, and that's why most Jews, unless you learn Medrash Rabbah, don't know about the first 2 opinions. What's the third opinion? B'Shem HaMefurish. Moshe didn't kill him with his fist or with a shovel. He eliminated him by uttering the Ribono Shel Olam Shem HaMefurish, Halahargeini Ata Oimer Kasharakta Es HaMitzri. Rashi says, Malamed Shaharorge through Amira B'Shem HaMefurish. Now forgive me to ask this question, maybe irreverent. Do we really have to fight about everything? Do we really have to argue about how Moshe killed him? Rebbe Vyosar, Yesh Oimrim, Rabbanon. And what about the Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim Chayim? The foundation of Torah Shel Al Peh, the Gemara in Erev in Daf Yud Gimel Begematria Echad. That all opinions ultimately come to Echad. Divrei Elokim Chayim. It's all from Hashem and He's one. But come on, this is an argument about Metzias. What happened? So actually, Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim. Either he used his fist, or he used a shovel, or he used the Shem HaMefurish. I want to show you here, my dearest friends, how what seems like a far-fetched argument in a medrash. I'm not going to say a farvorf in a medrash, because somebody once told Reb Chatzkel Abramsky, so da a farvorf in a toisefta. It's a far-fetched. He says, nein, du bist verworfen. The toisefta is nicht verworfen. You got lost somewhere. This argument is so relevant and timeless it could have been written today. It's not an argument how Moshe killed the Egyptian on that moment. That too. It captures a fundamental argument. How do you deal with the phenomenon of a Mitzri or anyone in the world who has one desire, and that is to beat the Jew to death? Rachmana litzlan Yoeli Dickman. There's an argument. And you know how important and how I know this argument is relevant? Because the Jewish people for generations have been split about this question. For generations there has been a dichotomy, a kera, sometimes a very dramatic split among the Jewish people. How do you handle that Mitzri? How do you confront that Mitzri? One group said, Egroif. Jews must learn to employ a fist. Doesn't the Gemara say, Habala hargach, hashkem lahargoi? The same Ribono Shel Olam who gives all the other mitzvahs says, kill him first. The halacha in Shulchan Aruch Erechayim Shin Chavtes, based on the Gemara in Erevin, Nachrim Shetzaru al Ayoris Yisrael, Yoitzin Alein Beklei Zayin, Mechalelin Alein Es HaShabbos. If there's even a suffix or svek sveka, that one Jewish life will be in danger, they're coming for cash, they're coming to steal straw. But there's a danger, Shulchan Aruch Shin Chavtes Hilchos Shabbos. There's a danger that maybe ha'aretz tehei psucha lefneim, that the Jewish people, one Jew will be in danger, Yoitzin Aleim, B'klei Zayin, B'klei Shabbos. One group said, Egroiv, Jews must learn how to employ a fist. It's not what anybody ever wants. Moral violence is not what anybody wants, but when you're facing immoral violence, sometimes hashkem lahargay, there's no choice but to engage immoral violence. With moral violence, hashkem lahargay, kol hamerachem al achzarim, to protect innocent children. That was one opinion. There was another opinion that differed. They argued magrei for shaltit. What's magrei for shaltit? Don't use a fist. Use a shovel that creates construction. What's that about? Exactly, real estate. They said we need to employ a different strategy. Let's build skyscrapers and acquire affluence and influence. Let's create powerful political, social, financial alliances. Let's build skyscrapers, himmelkratzes, as they would say in Yiddish. Gordeis chakim, afivrit. Let's build skyscrapers, garner influence, have contacts with the most powerful people in a country. Magrei for shaltit. Build the Jewish people, let them become tycoons on every level, whether it's in academia, in commerce, in finance, in the arts, in the humanities, in politics. Let them have influence, and through diplomacy, they'll be able to defeat an enemy through their influence. In fact, just 1 century ago, there was a huge split among the Jewish people. Those who said Egroiv, and those who said Magrei for Shaltit. And then there was a third group. And everybody knows who the third group is. The third group says, Shem HaMefarish. Shem HaMefarish, Hashem's name. That's the way to defeat the Mitzri. Elev Arechev, Elev Asusim, V'anachnu, B'Shem Hashem Elokeinu Nasi. And the Rabbanon who advocated the Shem HaMefarish said, let's face it, that ancient Egypt, ancient Assyria, ancient Babylonia, ancient Persia, ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Byzantine, did they not have fists? Did they not have shovels? Did they not build monuments, have military prowess, build gymnasiums and stadiums and palaces and gladiators and Acropolis? They had that. But they're gone, they're not here. What did we have that they didn't have? We had Shem HaMefarish. V'ro chol amei oretz, ki Shem Hashem nikra alecha, v'yoru mimeka, zog the Gemara in Brachas, elu tfilin sheberoish. It's a gewaldige Meister when the Balatanya was arrested by the Tsarist government. Tovkuf Nun Tes, 1798, after Sukkot. So the messenger of the Tsarist government came into his home and he was wearing tefillin. He came to arrest him and he made with his hands like this, and the man left. So one of his chassidim was there. He said, Rebbe, what happened? He says, steht in Gemara, v'yaru mimeka, they see Shem Hashem and they're afraid, so he left. He said, Rebbe, I also put on tefillin, nobody's afraid of me. So the Balatanya, the Alter Rebbe said, se steht nicht elu tefillin she'al harosh, se steht elu tefillin she'birosh. The tefillin is not only on the head, it's inside the head. The tefillin is inside, she'birosh. But even tefillin she'al harosh, it's the mitzvah of tefillin, v'yaru mimeka. Shem HaMefarish, Torah mitzvahs. That was the Jewish secret and not so secret weapon that allowed them to remain eternal. Ani Hashem lo yishanisi v'atem b'nei Yaakov lo yichilisa. Third opinion. My friends, I believe that Simchas Torah Tovshin v'im shagisi Hashem yichaper. But I say this for my gut and my soul. I believe that Simchas Torah Tovshin Pei Dalet was a call to unite the three opinions, finally, after thousands of years of such pain and such division. Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim chayim. History beacons to us. God speaks to us and says, children, can we bring the three opinions together and love each other like never before in history? Unite with each other like never before in history. Be Jewish like never before in history. There are moments and moments in history where you need an egg roif, where you must have a fist, because sadly an enemy that gleefully is happy to behead every Jewish child in Israel and really in the whole world. Bouquets of flowers, therapists in California, anger management lessons, as wonderful as they are to deal with my trauma or your trauma. They want to murder you and your children. Don't be apologetic and don't say you have a right to defend yourself. You don't have a right. You have an obligation. If not, I am an accomplice to murderers. The same God told us, Magrefer Shaltit. Of course, like Esther Hamalka went to plead with Achashverosh, went to talk to Achashverosh, Jewish people need to use every method of influence, whether in the United States or anywhere else in the world, to influence people, to make the world understand that a society that has no place for Jews, that a society that craves the destruction of the Jewish people, such a society has no place for humanity. History has proven the Jews are targeted first, but never last. When Hashem told Avram, I will bless those who bless you, it wasn't just a promise, it was a historical fact. It's a litmus test for a society. You look at any society and you want to know, is it blessed or cursed? Answer, how do they treat the Jews? This is my great official tit. Every Jew with influence must flex his or her muscles without shame, without an inferiority complex. Speak truth to power. We were chosen to be the voice of morality for Maimed Har Sinai, L'sakin Oilam V'malchus Shindalad Yud. And then there's the shit of the Rabbanon, the Tamtzes, the Sachakal. What allows the fist to succeed and what allows the shovel to succeed is the shame HaMeforish. It was the Heilige Ruzhiner who said, Vayitmeneu b'choil. Moshe hit him not only in the sand. Choil means what? We just said, Hamavdil ben kodesh, l'choil, the mundane. Moshe said the Shem HaMeforish. Vayitmeneu, he hit it b'choil. He was speaking regular words. Nobody can hear that he's talking the Shem HaMeforish. It sounds like Moshe was having a casual conversation, because that was Moshe in a regular conversation. He was talking the Shem HaMeforish. The depth of this insight is, even the fist is Shem HaMeforish. And even the shovel is Shem HaMeforish. By the Jew, there's no ultimate distinction between heaven and earth. Ein kiddush ela b'mokoim su'udah. I once heard from the Rebbe, he said, Chulin, Mesechta Chulin, where is it? In which Seder is it? You're not holding there yet. Soon you'll get there. The second half of Shas. Mesechta Chulin is where? In Seder Kachim. So using a classic brisker phraseology, the Lubavitcher Rebbe said, Ba'ayid is Chulin, Adin in Kachim. Chulin is Adin in Kachim. Chulin is also part of Kedusha. Chulin shenasu ataris hakodesh. The Jewish fist is also a Shem HaMeforish. The Jewish shovel is also a Shem HaMeforish. Our generation and the Amat Torah is the one that today must make peace between these three opinions. Our nation was not designed to be split. Our nation was not designed to be fragmented. Our nation was not designed to mistrust each other. You don't believe me? Ask Hamas. Ask Hitler. The Kloisenberger Rebbe once said, Hashem yispar b'chsoiv amim. Says until him, Hashem will count according to the writings of the nations. What does that mean? His Rosh Hashanah is going to be January 1st, not Aleph Tishrei. What's Hashem yispar b'chsoiv amim? So the Kloisenberger Rebbe also had a good sense of humor. said, this is what's going to happen. Mashiach is going to come. He's going to want to gather everybody in Eretz Yisrael. Hopefully even tonight. So he's going to walk in, not to this Malava Malka, but he's going to walk in somewhere else. And he's going to go to somebody and says, give me a list of the Jews. I got to take them to Eretz Yisrael. So the guy is going to give a list of his brother-in-law and his father-in-law, not the brother-in-law he doesn't talk to, the other brother-in-law. He's going to give a list. Mashiach says, what about Chaim Yankel? He's an apikoidus. What about Shmerel? What about the other guy? I'm not even going to talk about him. A ganav, a terrorist, a gazlan, an idiot, a ferd, a meshuketz, a betuvel. Every kehillah, the lists are going to get very small. Whoever doesn't agree with me, doesn't have a minusach, has a different shnit, a different ma'alach, is not counted. He's not even Jewish. A goy gomor, a hefza of a goy, not only a gavra of a goy. It's a much deeper level of a goy. The Kloisenberger Rebbe says Mashiach is going to say, you know what, I'm going to go ask the goyim who they call a Jew. Hashem Yisper B'chsoiv Amim. The Jew in Be'eri and in Kfar Aza and the festival of Re'im. For those Yemach Shemoiniks, they saw the same Kedusha. You know why? Because there is the same Kedusha. Even if in manifestation, we could be different than each other. The Afal Pi, the Yisrael, who at the core is real. We weren't made to be fragmented. Yes, we are, but we weren't made. It's contrary. Just like children are supposed to talk to their mother and father, parents are supposed to be close to their children, and when it's not, we cry. The Jewish people are those children. We're siblings. We're one. This is the generation to bring it together. We need a fist. We need a shovel. And it's all empowered by the Shem HaMeforish, which is the only source of life and love and faith and truth and eternity and morality and the distinction between good and evil. Every time they introduce me, they talk about the Vilna Gaon and Chabad. So last time I told you a story, but this time I remember the joke. What happens when a Lubavitcher marries a Yekka? So you have a Mashiach who comes on time. Now, if I got Reb Yaakov David Stefansky to laugh, Rabbi YY is doing well. So I'm going to tell you a vart of the Vilna Gaon, since our dear beloved Reb Eli carries his holy name. Huh? Oh. You have Rechmanis on the glove. This is my fist, if somebody doesn't listen. Vilna Gaon says, I think it's in Mishlei. What a vart. You started Baba Kama, Mazel Tov Shechiyanu. You're going to, in a few days, you're going to get up to Daf Yud Zayin. Daf Yud Zayin, you're going to learn a line. Ein Mayim Ela Torah. We all know water is Torah. Ask the Gaon why. The sunlight is also Torah. Water is vital to life. So is oxygen. And you know what he says? He says, nothing grows without water, but water never determines what's going to grow. The same water that irrigates the kiwi tree and the watermelon and the cantaloupe irrigates the spelt and the oats and the rye, the esric tree and the peach and the cherry and the blueberry and the raspberry. So what's the difference? It's the same water. The question is what you put into the earth. Said the Vilna Gaon, Ein Mayim Ela Torah. Torah irrigates whatever you put into your system. And then he says something quite sharp. He says, some people think, I've learned Torah. Beautiful things are going to grow. He says, no, not if you planted thorns. Not if you planted weeds. Not if your plants are filled with bacteria or infections or viruses. The water will produce and make grow whatever you planted. And he says sometimes a person plants into a system negativity, toxicity. Sometimes I'm dealing with arrogance or egotism. And you know what happens? The Torah will feed that too. The Torah will make that grow too, and then it's more dangerous because it's camouflaged by the power of Torah. The Vilna Gaon says there's no substitute for inner refinement. There's no substitute for challenging myself. As the Kotzker said, you learn Shas. What did Shas teach you? The greatest obstacles we have to unity are our own insecurities when you're really in this presence of God. When you don't only learn Shas, but Shas learns you. When the water that I plant and I put into my plants every single day when I learn the Daf Yomi is water that falls on a heart that craves for dveikus and love and connection and attachment and authenticity. Then, as we learned at the end of Maseches Kiddushin, Oid Yunuvun B'Seiva, the Sheinim V'Ananim Yiyu, and Rashi says, Yitzmach Tzemach, an interesting Rashi, Yitzmach Tzemach, V'Yisyachet Schoron La'es Seivoson. There will be a blossom, there will be a growth that is extraordinary. My dearest friends, my dearest, holiest friends, we're living in unprecedented times. This little, it's not so little, but this, relatively speaking to 16 million, it's little. This kibbutz of Yidden there is a foretaste of what it means Jews connecting, celebrating, being proud, and most importantly, being filled with love and connection and empowerment and inspiration. But when we go home tomorrow, it's easy for me to go back into my own orbit. We have now an unprecedented opportunity. 16 million Jews were touched to their core in the last few weeks. Everybody wants to be more Jewish. Everybody. But how? By checking TikTok every 6 seconds? By looking at another clip, another piece of news, by finding the anchor who doesn't protest against Israel, and we turn them into charvoina? And then we send it to all our family members. We finally found a Gentile who thinks that we don't have to go into the gas chambers. Yeshikoya. Wow. Those who have to do that, let them do that. But all of us have a shlichus now. We have a historic mission. 16 million Jews want to be Jewish, and they want to know how. Everyone has influence. You have your circle of influence. It's time for you and I and every one of us to go out of our corner and empower the Jewish people to embrace not just the fist, yes, and not just the shovel, yes, but also the Shema Mefarish that has sustained us for 4,000 years, and it worked. Proof is we're here, we survived, we thrive, we celebrate, we love. We're going to see Mashiach, we're going to see the Geula, we're going to be victorious. The Jews want an anchor. 16 million Jews are waiting for marching orders. And today's marching orders comes from the grassroots, just like MDY. Grassroots revolution. That's the koyach, which at times of Mashiach it says, Lo yilamdu oid ish esre'eyu. Ki kulam yedu oisi lemiktanam vad gedoylem. Every person is a little Mashiach. Every child, every Jew is a Gadol Ador. Every Jew is a Gadol Ador. Don't wait for Ploini Almighty. Let them do things. Everyone has a hashpah. 16 million Jews. Their hearts are open. Give them what to hold on to make it part of their daily life. Whether it's tefillin, or mezuzah, or kashrus, or tzedakah, or mikveh, or tefillah, or limudat Torah, or Shabbos candles, or Shabbos, or chinuch, or any other of the Taryag mitzvahs. Leiv Yisrael Eru. But today we do it with love and with unity. You look at a Jew and you say, you also they want to kill. You're also a chelik elikam imam mamish that they want to destroy. Friends, I want to conclude with this story. It was during the days before the 6-Day War, May and June 1967. The ambassador of the U.S. in the UN was a Jew by the name of Arthur Goldberg. Some of you from the 60s may remember the name. He had a Jewish diplomat working for him. His name was Joe Ben Eliezer. He gets a call one night from a first cousin. She has a son, Avraham. He's learning in Kfar Chabad. And the Lubavitcher Rebbe told all his Hasidim and whoever would listen, nobody should leave Israel in May 67. It's the safest place and there are going to be great miracles. The Israeli media publicized it at the time. It was a unique phenomenon. Everyone who had a passport left. They thought, who knows, a second Holocaust, 7 armies attacking, promising a second Holocaust. We're going to throw them into the sea. He said, nobody should leave. Nobody has to leave. There's going to be unbelievableness. She says, our son Avraham is refusing to leave because the Rebbe said no. Joe, you work for Arthur. You're in the UN. You're part of the intelligence. Tell me, is it dangerous? So I didn't want to scare her. I said I would bring him home. So she says, I'm nudging him, but he says, the Rebbe has to give him permission. Do me a favor, you're connected. The UN, you can get into the Rebbe. Ask him, he's a Ben Yochid. He's a Ben Yochid. We're survivors. Let the Rebbe give this boy from Kfar Chabad permission to go home to New York. He says, I'll do it. He makes an appointment because of his connections. He didn't say why he's coming. He said he works for Arthur Goldberg, United Nations. So he went into the Rebbe. And he tells the Rebbe the situation. So the Rebbe said, I told everybody to stay because the Eretz Yisrael is a safe place. He said, I know. But I'm connected to the Modi'in. We have intelligence. We have intelligence. And American intelligence is aware of the fact that there may be more deaths than any Jew wants to think about. Even if Israel comes out, it will not be without scores and scores of casualties. He's a Ben Yochid. Send him home. So the Rebbe looks at him and he says, you have your intelligence. We have our intelligence. He says, what's your intelligence? He says, Hine lo yonum v'lo yishon shomer Yisrael. He says, I understand, but he's a Ben Yochid. And the Rebbe looked and he said, Ich hab tausender b'nei Yidden in Eretz Yisrael. Ich hab tausender. Jeder Yid is a Ben Yochid beim Ebersten. Every Jew is a Ben Yochid. You think my statement was coming from Hefker? It was coming from carelessness. Every Jew is a Ben Yochid. And I'm telling you, he doesn't have a reason to leave. And said, okay. And he left. He called his cousin. Avram stayed. When the war was over, the Rebbe asked him before he left, come back after the war was over. He came back, he looked at him and he said, Nu, what do you say about our intelligence? In 6 days, victory was achieved. Israel was quadrupled. Casualties there were, more than 800. Nothing close to what happened the first day of Simchas Torah. Kristallnacht, 400 Jews were killed. Kristallnacht, that's still entrenched in the Jewish psyche. Here, almost 1,500 Jews and the captives, etc., etc. But those words ought to empower us. Hine la yonim v'lo, we don't understand. Nobody understands. But let's know one thing, and that is, there's no question. There's no question that there's a story much larger than us happening. And these are unprecedented times. And like always, we will emerge victorious. But let's not forfeit this moment in history to be able to unite the fist with the shovel, with the Shema Meforish, to be able to go out from here, from Amar Reb Nahi Roi, Maniach ani kol umnes shebe'olam ve'eni melamed es b'ni el Torah, because it gives him kayach b'yaldusai, v'tikva b'yimei ziknusai ayinuvim b'seiva, to be able to eliminate all the arba of his nezikin in human form, the shoir and the bur and the mava and the hever, to be able to rise to the occasion and see v'sachazene inenu b'shuv chalitziyah b'rachamim b'mheira b'yameinu. Amen. Thank you.
No, it's gonna be a while. 3 minutes. Nut. There's no light. It's loud. I'll use my phone. I'll use my phone. Don't stand there. You have like a little light? He's gonna bring it from my room. See you. I forgot what I want. Oh. Still have to remind me. Though. Good evening, Reb Eli. That's not what I meant, but okay. Baruch shechiyonu v'kiyimonu v'giyonu lazman hazeh. It's an incredible accomplishment to finish half a Shas. And if you didn't finish half a Shas, it's a tremendous accomplishment to finish an entire Seder Nashim. If you didn't accomplish that, as many people I met over Shabbos, Masechta, full Masechta. 2 people came over to me and said, they're in their 40s, both of them. It's the first Masechta they ever finished. So it's a tremendous accomplishment. Mazel tov to you. Tremendous hakaras hatov to the Rebbeinu Shalom. We had over 720 people over Shabbos, an incredible Shabbos of Chizzuk and inspiration. The Siyata, the Shmaya that you saw, Einoim Levadoi. You see that a Yid, Hoshti Yid from Muncie, a plumber he couldn't make a bris if you asked him to. He put together the entire Shabbos the way it looks like this. Nisim Gluyim. Rishus, Avi Moiri, my Shver, Tamid Chachamim, Rabbi Ben Shushan, the Rabbanim, the Loim Di Adaf, and Chaverim, and the Sanal Gans, the Karev Loim Adaf. I gotta tell you, it's my first time in my life that I got to speak 1 minute after probably the world's most famous speaker, Reb Y.Y. Jacobson. It's kind of scary, I gotta tell you, it's scary. Sitting here, the oilam is pumped. My father's learning 3 daf Gemara during a speech. And then he jumps up, he says, wow, that's a great speech. I gotta go say hello to him. It's not a simple act to follow. But I'll tell you what else is even more scary. To speak last, well, I think my Shver is gonna speak last, but that's what he does. He speaks last at every single simcha that we have, kind of takes in all the speeches, a synopsis of all the speeches. So he's a Baki V'Ragel. But I'll tell you what it feels like. Noam Fix, such a tired Yidden, gets up there Friday night and he starts speaking, and I'm like, oh no, there goes my speech. All right, I got another one. I used the one from Motzei Shabbos. And then we have Reb Eli. An hour, 20 minutes, I don't know how long he spoke, over an hour. I'm thinking, I hope he doesn't touch any of the stuff I want to say from Motzei Shabbos. Phew, Baruch Hashem, nothing. Unbelievable, a whole hour he didn't even say one word, nothing, garnished. And then, there's the outside, the Tish, and Nashim is going to speak, and like, good. Got out of it, the Kitzer. Comes the morning, Yisrael Goldstein, I wasn't so worried about Givaldic speech, but he wasn't going to take the Dvar. He said about it, life story, he's Givaldic. And then Avi gets up. Avi's speech was already stolen. So he had to come up with the reserve speech. And the reserve speech, oy vavoy, what is it? Baruch Hashem, nothing. I was sitting there, but tittering. The boy say goes on and on. Mo spoke beautifully. Yochanan, I gotta tell you, Rebari ben Shushan messed me up big time. Messed me up. Chutzpah, every word, every joke. What a speech, what a speech. I told my wife, I said, I used to love Rebari ben Shushan. But now, I gotta rethink it. It's causing Shalom Bayis issues, especially that she didn't hear the speech. And I said, you know, you missed the best speech here, the whole Shabbos. Rabbi was gone, I think, I hope. And then I came up with a chap. I said, you know, I'm gonna ask Rebari. So I'm asking Barabim, I said, some other people in my family didn't hear it and they really wanted to hear it. I said, maybe Rebari is gonna go home and he's gonna record the entire speech over, Mila b'Mila, with the story that he skipped and he didn't tell us. And that's going to be one of the greatest things ever. Be'ezer Hashem. Okay. No pressure. So, I want to share with you one nekuda that I took out of the parasha today. And I think it's an amazing secret. I want to share with you my thought about the secret. I think it's, you know, it's like the Mesilas Yesharim. Could be it's obvious, but there's a beautiful concept here. And everybody did touch it, but I want to elaborate slightly maybe. You know the famous story of Avraham Avinu had a bris milah. He was on his third day, very sick, sitting by the door. Kadosh Baruch Hu comes to visit, schmoozing. He notices the guest, the Ishmaelim. He starts running, Vurats. He starts running. He says to Rebbeinu Shalom, wait here. He imagines speaking to the Rebbeinu Shalom, telling the Rebbeinu Shalom, wait. He goes, comes back, begs them, come. Starts making bread, fresh. He bathes them. Shechs, the Medrash says, three animals. Why three? So that each guest, there's three guests, each guest should get a tongue. It wasn't enough that shecht an animal and this guy gets the ribs and then this guy gets this. No, each one needs the tongue, the rest of the animal, throw it in the garbage. Today, it's like $4,500 down the drain. 3 animals, nice, young. What do we see when we read the parasha? Such chesed. Achdus Chizzuk. Every single year I read the parasha. The amount of Achdus Chizzuk and the to who? To Yishmaelim. Oivda Avodah Zarah. That's why he washed their feet, because they had the havak of Avodah Zarah. Okay, few. Imagine running after Yishmaelim. And that's them, and then giving them. He saw the Tzelem Elikim, even in the Goy, even in the Ishmaeli. I'm no stranger to Achdus Chizzuk. I grew up in a house. We didn't have any money. My father finally bought a house in New York. And the day we moved in, he told me, I'm giving the basement only to Orchim. We're never using the basement. We used to have guests for months at a time. I said this in Shir, we had a guy from Motzei, I'm not going to say his name. He was getting divorced, and he came to our house, and my father said, Elio, you got to sleep on the couch. And I did for 3 months. He slept in my bed, this guy. Vikach, we had people for months and months at a time. Then I got married, and my schwigers, Zuzan Gesund, what a chesed that they came here. She just had a stroke, and she was able to come, Baruch Hashem. Shlamis Esther, Bas, Bela, should have her full shlema, B'korev. The amount of chesed, everybody in Chicago knows. 5795 is the code to the side door. You go in, you don't ask any shilas. I said over the story, I'll say it very, very quickly because maybe some of the women didn't hear it. My wife and I are sitting in the kitchen, and this woman does the code. We hear door opens up, she walks by us. We were about to say hi, she ignored us. She didn't care. She just walks right in and goes into the pool. Mishver has a pool in his house. A minute later, my 2 sons come flying out of the pool, drenching wet. What happened? This lady kicked us out. So I go to my shviger, what's going on? Yeah, I said, who is she? We don't know her name. She uses the pool 3 times a week to teach kids how to swim. We don't know who she is. She comes in, she chucks out my shver's grandchildren from the pool, takes over, doesn't say hello to anybody, weitergegangen. Meise shebechol yoim, meise shehoya. A guy was in my shver's house, and he sees another guy there. He's been in my shver's house for 3-4 days, collecting money for Eretz Yisrael, and he sees a guy, a shaved guy, another meshulach. He says, tell me, how long can we stay here? This guy looks at him and says, I don't know, but I've been here for 45 years. Nobody ever kicked me out. It was my shver. He had no idea what my shver is. Meise shahaya. There's another guy that I learned a lot of chesed from. The host of tonight, Yossi Klein. And it didn't begin here. All the way in the beginning, Yossi Klein told me, I never met one of these goyish Yidden, the Litvish, the guys. I never met one of them. I don't know, none of these guys in Motzei, but I want to try getting one of these I'm going to ask Nisanel Gans to coming for Shabbos. Okay? So he invites Nisanel Gans. Back in the day, before he even knew, what does he do? Mam's a clown. He hires 2 masseuses, a zochar and a keva, for all the scharim in the sanals and all the nekevas. They should have a masseuse. That in the sanal, he never saw a and you see it tonight. The Achnasas Archim. You have no idea how many people he just invited. Come. You think 720 paid? Meshiga? I'm not worried because a Meise Shahaya Nasana was on a Zoom call with me. He says, Reb Eli, don't worry about it. If we're going to lose money, I promise you, Reb Eli, I put $100,000 in my own money in an account. If we lose money, I'm paying from my own pocket. I said, Yossi, don't be mishiga. I'll never take a dime from you. Lamais, he owes me $300-400. I don't know how much we're in the red here. The 100 is not going to cover it. Okay. But after all that, I looked at the parsha again. I think to myself, what's the common denominator here with all these psukim? What chesed, chesed, chesed. And it occurred to me, it's very, very pashut. Look at it again. And that was another problem after my father spoke. Chavter away that word from the Kopshin said, okay, fine. Moichel. But that's my favorite Maisa, by the way. Number 1 favorite Maisa of all time. Pitchense. Bin du nicht gekommen zu euch zu sein? Yeah, okay, fine. If you look at all the psukim, Avraham Avinu had every excuse in the book. He was a chayla. Just lay in bed and go to sleep. No. I need a guest. Then he sees a guest. Okay, so you see a guest. So you whistle to the guest. You go like this with your hands. No. Vayorotz. 99 years old. 99 years old. Vayorotz. You ever saw a 99-year-old man run? I've never seen one. It's probably interesting. Vayorotz. He could take an animal and shech the animal. He could take 3 pounds of frozen meat, beef out of the freezer and make a chveisvas, a hot dog. No. Every guest is going to get the top animal, the top part of the animal. I could take a tongue, cut it in 3 pieces, and here, the tongue is pretty large. No, each one's going to get a full tongue with mustard. That's to be yaitza. That's to be yaitza. I think the Torah is telling us an unbelievable yesod and a secret to success. Be'emes, a secret to success. And if you look at every single gadol that ever lived, every gadol from Yaakov Avinu, Reb Akiva, Reb Shimon bar Yochai. You know, the Gemara tells us about Reb Shimon bar Yochai in Masechet Shabbos. It says that before Reb Shimon bar Yochai went into the cave, he would ask Reb Pinchas ben Yair a question, and Reb Pinchas ben Yair would answer him 12 answers. Think about it, 12 answers. I don't know pshat. I don't get it. And he comes, 1 answer, 2 answers, 3 answers, 4 answers, 12. And when Reb Shimon bar Yochai went into the cave and sacrificed and sat there for 13 years, he comes out of the cave, and when Reb Pinchas ben Yair asks him a question, he answers him 24 answers. I don't know, I went to Panovich for math, I have no idea what that is. It's, in basketball, it would be like a 36-point difference. This is much, much more, because he was like, if you don't know Pshat and Gemara and somebody tells you, not a problem, 1 teretz, that means he's that much greater than you. But he tells you 2, 3, 4, he's not 4 times, he's like 100 times better than you. Kids, I don't know what the cheshbon is, but you see this thing over and over and over in Yiddishkeit, that to achieve greatness, to achieve any milah, you have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to push it. You have to go the extra mile. It's not enough to be yoitza. It's not enough to just do. Oh, I don't have to invite him now. I could just give him this piece of meat. I could just do that. No, you have to come out of your comfort zone. A lot of the Shabbos, I was thinking to myself, Mamish, this thought kept on going over and over. And Mamish felt bad. He mentioned him. Murad Nakash, Reb Chaim from Lakewood, Joey Levy, a few people like, and then all the others. Mamish felt bad. It was bothering me. How could they not be here? It was pshat. They look what they missed out. I was feeling bad for them. Mamish feeling bad. And then I thought to myself, but look at the good side. Look at your 5 chaverim. Now, there's so many people that came from England. There's like 10 people from England that flew in just for this. If you're from England, even if you're from Manchester, please stand up for a second. Where are they? Here they are, look at them. Rabbi said, look, Shimi Leafman, I can't see the rest. Unbelievable. Hey, now. People flew from Los Angeles with children, Reb Shlomo and his wife, the children, and Reb Ari and his wife, and from so many different cities. How many people flew in from Eretz Yisrael? Victor Fold. Victor Fold, he's on Zoom every day. Flew in. And then I was thinking, how lucky am I that 5 of my dearest chaverim, 5, who from the beginning, they were there, mamish, every minute, and they canceled their tickets. But they went above and beyond. They pushed their comfort zone. Pushed their comfort zone. I'll tell you this, Gary Ben Moshe, his mother is in the hospital. She has the same machla that took my mother at the age of 49. Terrible machla. And he told me I can't come.
she's mamish, she's weak, and she's skinny, and the whole thing. And I understood him. But the last minute, he turned around and he came here. It's unbelievable. And of course, we know Noam and his wife, both, canceled their tickets. Done. It's too scary. We need to be with the kids. And it's mamish understandable. And this is not, I'm not talking about, there's many other people that came from Eretz Yisrael, including Tomer and Yosef and Avremi and Dave Sharfman, the whole thing. But they didn't cancel their tickets and they wanted to come and they came, and I'm not taking away from them. I'm talking about the people that weren't going to come. That's it. Done. Not going to come. And literally the last day, Avi, same story. You know who else? Mark Ashkenazi. Believe it or not, I spoke to him 2 days before, and he made a hashkafic decision. He said, it's not the right thing to do. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but he told me, I'm not coming. I have a ticket to Phoenix. I'm done. He said in the nicest way. He explained to me he has a family member, Chayal, on the front lines, and he speaks to him every day, and it's like nerve, and he feels uncomfortable pushing to come. And I told him, I said, please, for me. And the next day he said, I explained to him what I thought, hashkafically, it is the right thing. It's a mitzvah to be here. And after the fact, I think it was the biggest thing that we did, such as Shabbos of Chizzuk. But these 5 chaverim, and Benny, he's the 5th one. Benny was also canceled his ticket and came the last minute. They walked in Mamish Thursday night. What did they do? They came out of their comfort zone. All 5 of them. It was easy to stay in Eretz Yisrael. That was the right thing for them. And they came out of their comfort zone. The whole Shabbos, the Reb Yossi Klein, it's a person that went above and beyond 1,000 times. And I said this about Tomer. He flew to Turkey, now. No normal person would even fly through the airport now. He went into Turkey for 3 days so that we could have that beautiful Bencher Zmiris. Look at it. It has graphics and designs, and it says MDY on every page. The whole thing, it's above and beyond. It's to go to the next level. So what does it have to do with us? I think that's the secret in life. We learn the Daf Yomi every day, and it's not easy. Some days we don't feel well. Many days we're tired at night. When you learn that Daf when you're tired and you really want to go to sleep, that's when you achieve godless. That's when you become the real deal. And you know what else? I see you looking at your watch over there, Mark. You had enough of me? Who? Oh, yeah. By the way, I have news for everybody. What time is it now? It's 11:30. We have plenty of time. They're pushing off the clocks. Don't worry about it. It's early. Rabbi said it's early. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. Calm down. I'll tell you an embarrassing story. Bemis. So my father's here. My wife. Embarrassed myself a little bit. I tell the Olam, I love to sleep. I'll prove it. On a daily basis, I used to sleep 9 hours a day. When I got married, my father said, let's learn Chavrusa. I said, Gevaldik, unbelievable. What a schos. And many times throughout my life, when I was a bacher, he learned with me many, many hours. My father, Zayn Gesund, used to come to my house in Arze Abiro. I'm mevuyish to say this. He used to knock on the door at 10 o'clock in the morning. Knock, Leo, get up, we're still sleeping. Jump out of bed, 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10. My wife could be made. Emma's stories. Every day, knock on the door. I love to sleep. I do. But I realized I was doing the shiur. If I want to have atzlacha, I have to sacrifice a little bit. That's the reason why I get up at 3:30. I have no idea why I'm crying. No shaykhs. Okay, next. Okay. No, seriously. In order to be successful in everything, you have to go above and beyond. And certain things hurt. Certain things are not comfortable. And I say this to the women also. You have to make sacrifices. Nothing comes easy. The ladies scream out, but I told my husband, take out the garbage, and he says, I have to do the daf. I hear. You have to make sacrifices. So you take out the garbage. If you want to see, when your husband is learning Torah, Torah is not another mitzvah, it's a great mitzvah, it's a beautiful thing, my husband learns. It's life, it's the oxygen, there's nothing else. We're here for one reason. We're here to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and this is the best way that man knows how to do that is through learning Torah. It's not, if your husband said, by the way, I gotta run now, and I have a deal, it's a $2 million deal now, you're not gonna say, hey, take out the garbage. Although my wife has done that to me once. This is his life, this is your life, you share those chusim with him. When he learns a daf Gemara, you get a daf Gemara on your account. How many daf Gemaras did you learn? And that's why I'm finishing now, I know. My Eshes Chayil, she goes above and beyond. She comes out of her comfort zone and allows me to do what I do for the tzibur. It's not my life anymore, it's the tzibur's life. And she's behind me and she pushes me, so Rabbi Isai, standing ovation for her. She missed the one and sit, Abba, sit, Abba, sit, please. And while you're up there, that wasn't planned. Beautiful. Shkoyach. But you know what? Why did you sit down? Standing ovation for all the women of MDY who let their wives, including Shlomo Lazarian, So in conclusion, Rabbi Isai, as a practical eitzah, to see a change in your lives, to see godless, when it's rough, when it's hard, and you push forward, as Reb Ari said from Brunozan Tzvi, if you learn during the war, you get that much more. When you learn when you have a headache, when you learn when you're tired, when you get up early to learn, that's what makes you that much greater. And one nekuda, be'emes, 10 seconds. When you do that, so all the dapim that you learned when it was easy, they become valued at the same value as that daf that you did when it was hard. Because Baruch Hu sees, you're not a daf by you, there's nothing that's stopping you. You're going to do when you're sick, you're going to do when this. So all those dapim that you did when it was easy, you get the same schar in all of them. So I'm finished, and I'm about to do the hadron. I just want to say a yishkoyach to the hotel. And Ari Friedman, the manager of the hotel, who helped us out a lot. And a tremendous yishkoyach to every single person. I mentioned all the names, my other speech. Thank you very much for coming. L'shon haba b'Yerushalayim. If not, we'll have to do this again. Huh? Yeah, I mentioned it. Boys, I'm going to call up Avi Kamyansky, who sponsored a tremendous amount for tonight, and also brought a tremendous avira, spoke beautifully, and he went out of his comfort zone to come here and left his family behind to say the hadron. The last Gemara, it's a beautiful Gemara, and it teaches us so much about what we just discussed. And a woman came over to me on Shabbos and she said, what's so chashuv about Torah? And it's a shame that they don't teach this stuff in seminary. Okay, fine. Says the Gemara, it's a short piece, Reb Eli Yoimer, Maniach ani kol umnus. Tanya Reb Eli Yoimer, Maniach ani kol umanus sheba'olam, ve'eni melamed es b'ni, instead of teaching my child a, what do you say, profession, thank you. Instead of teaching my son a profession, instead of sending him to medical school, I rather teach my son Torah. Some say that, although in the Mishnah, and it might have been him himself, or Meir says that he should teach. Let me see if it was Meir, I don't remember anymore. It was it? Rabbi Yehuda, you said? No, it's not just Rabbi Yehuda, it's even Meir. Ava, Reb Nerai is Meir. Huh? Okay. Because a profession will last when a person is young and can work. What is he going to do when he can't work anymore? Torah is different. It gives him sustenance when he's young, and it gives him longevity and hope when he's old. The Shainim, Verananim Yu, Rabbi Isai, teach your kids Torah, let your husbands learn Torah, because that is their life, and believe it or not, it's also your life in this world and in the world to come. Hadron Allah Chasor Yuchsin, Uslik Allah Mesechtes Kiddushin, Hadron Allah Chasor Yuchsin, Uslik Allah Mesechtes Kiddushin, Hadron Allah Chasor Yuchsin, Uslik Allah Mesechtes Kiddushin.
Boys, side before the Hadron, let's sing together. Begin the Vekas of Torah. I wait Torah, 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 Torah. Everyone, please sit down for the Hadron.
Hadron Alach, Mercaz Kedushin, the Hadron Alach, Seder Nashim, the Daitach Alach, Daitach Mercaz Kedushin, Seder Nashim, the Daitach Alach, no Lishashah Mina, Mercaz Kedushin, Seder Nashim, Lo Tisnashim Mina, Lo Ba'ama, Deb, Lo Ba'ama, Doasi. Hadron Alach, Mercaz Kedushin, Seder Nashim, the Hadron Alach. Daita Allah, Mercaz Kedushin, Daita Allah. If you finish with us, please say along. Hadron Allah, Mercaz Kedushin, Seder Nashim, Hadron Chalon, Daita Allah, Mercaz Kedushin, Seder Nashim, Daita Chalon, Lo nisa shem minach Mercaz Kedushin Seder Nashim v'lo Nashim minon lo ba'alma adem lo ba'alma dasi. Hadron alach Mercaz Kedushin Seder Nashim hadron halach daite alach Mercaz Kedushin Seder Nashim v'daite halach lo nisa alach Mercaz Kedushin Seder Nashim v'lo Nashim minon lo ba'alma adem lo ba'alma dasi. Yeron Tzom Fanecha Adinai Eloheinu v'lei Aviseinu Shetehei Terosecha u'Manaseinu v'olam hazeh v'tihei imanu l'olam haba. Chanina bar Papa, Romi bar Papa, Nachman bar Papa, Achai bar Papa, Abamori bar Papa, Rafan bar Papa, Rochish bar Papa, Surchav bar Papa, Ada bar Papa, Dur bar Papa. Rev no Adinai Eloheinu es divrei Soresecha b'finu v'yis amcho b'Yisrael v'ni anachnu kulonu v'anachnu v'tzetzoenu v'tzetzoi amcho b'Yisrael. Kuloni yoidei shmecha v'loim Soresecha mahay v'sach mekeni mitzvaysecha ki loim hili. Hili bam tamim b'chokecha l'man lo yinevoish. Loilam lo ishkach b'chudecha ki bam chisani baruch atah adinoi lamdeni chukecha. Amen, amen, amen. Selavayed. Moidi manachnu loch adinoi Eloheinu v'lei aveiseinu shesamtecho keinu miyoshei beis hamedrash v'lei samtecho keinu miyoshei kronois. She'anu mashkimim b'heim mashkimim. Anu mashkimim l'divrei Torah b'heim mashkimim l'dvarim b'telim. Anu amelim v'heim amelim. Anu amelim v'kavim sochar. Heim amelim v'heim v'kavim sochar. Anu rotzim v'heim rotzim. Anu rotzim l'chayel haba v'heim rotzim l'ber shachas shenemar v'atah Elohim teridem l'ber shachas anshe idamim v'mirmo l'yachzi yemeim v'ani eftach boch. Yeron Tzom Fanecha Adinai Elohai Keshem Kershazar Tan L'Seiches B'Seiches Kedushin U'Seder Nashim Kein Ta'azreinu L'Hasel Mesechtos U'Sfarim Acherim U'Lesaimom Lilmoid U'Lelamed Lishmor V'Lasois U'Lekayim Eskol Divrei Salmut Erosecho Be'ahava U'Schus Kol Atanoim V'Amorim U'Samidei Chachomim Yamoid Liu L'Zarish L'Tomush HaTorah Mipi Pizaru Pizera Zari Adolam Viskayim Bi Visalecha Tanchecha Osacha Vishaficha Tishmar Alecha Vakitsoisi Hisi Chisecha Kivi Yirbuyimecha Viasifuloch Shoischaim Erich Yom Yimino Smolo Oisha Vachavoid Adonai Islamo Yitain Adonai Varech Asamoy Vashalom. This way? Iskadeu Iskadei Shmei Rabba Be'amal Dis Osilis Chanatel Yachem Osil Aska Yison L'Chayel Amal Livnei Kartel Yerushalayim Lishke Allah Heichal Begaveil Marke B'Chanan Nuchra Minar Lafsa Hilchan Lishmaya Lar Sei Yamlich Kudushe Briche Machusei Vikare Vietzbach Burkone Vikare Mishiche V'Chayei Choyne V'Yoyme Choyne V'Chayei L'Chol Beis Yisrael Bagalovis Makorivim Ruameh Shmei Rabba Meverach Leilam Lomeo Mayo Isbarach Vishabach Vispar Vishamam Misnasei Visador Visalei Visalol Shmei Kuchar Brichu Leilam Mikol Brichosav Vishirosad Ishbrosav Nechamasod Amiron Balma Vimbo Amen Al Yisrael V'Aravonon V'Al Tamidem V'Al Kol Tamidei Tamidem V'Al Kol Mandoski B'Raisa Divi Asar Adem V'Divi Chol Asar V'Asar Yehelo Nechon Shlom Rabba China V'Chista V'Rachmim V'Chayin Arichin V'Mazan V'Richei V'Mifarkan Min Kadam Avundi B'Shmaya V'Arov V'Imro Amen V'Hei Shlom Rab Mishmaya V'Chaim Tovim Aleinu V'Akol Yisrael V'Imro Amen Oiseh Shalom V'Imoy Mov Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Akol Yisrael V'Imro Amen
Mazel Tov and
I Shalom. Ashreichem, 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 Al Midai Chachomim. Ashreichem, 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 Al Midai Chachomim. Shetirai Toiro Chavivi, Aleichem Be'oisai. Shetirai Toiro Chavivi, Aleichem Be'oisai. Ashreichem, 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 Al Midai Chachomim. Ashreichem, 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 Al Midai Chachomim. Shetirai Toiro Chavivi, Aleichem Be'oisai. Shetirai Toiro Chavivi, Aleichem Be'oisai. Ay, 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 mo, 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 aveti, Toiro Secho, Toiro Secho, Kol Hayom, O Yisicho, Si. Oh, mo, aveti, Toiro Secho, Toiro Secho, Kol Hayom, O Yisicho, Si. Ay, 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 Al Midai Chachomim, Shetirai Toiro, Avivin Aleichem. Aleichem, Al Midai Chachomim, Shetirai Toiro, Avivin Aleichem. Yay, 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 V'choil Asher, Asher Yaseh, Asher Yaseh, Yatzliyah. Oh, Asher Yaseh, Yatzliyah. V'choil Asher, Asher Yaseh, oh, Asher Yaseh, Yatzliyah. Asher Yaseh, Yatzliyah. Oh, Asher Yaseh, Yatzliyah. Oh, Asher Yaseh, Yatzliyah. Oh, Asher Yaseh, Yatzliyah. Ve'odio ki yaitzu sela bagai moyim, al bagai moyim. Ve'asher priyoy, itay v'itoy, v'ulay lo yiboy. Ve'yaitzu sela bagai moyim, al bagai moyim. So, ve'asher priyoy, itay v'itoy, v'ulay lo yiboy. Ay, ay, ve'choy l'asher, asher yaseh, asher yaseh, yatzliyah. Oh, asher yaseh, yatzliyah. Ve'choy l'asher, asher yaseh, asher yaseh, yatzliyah. Oh, asher yaseh, yatzliyah. Ay, ay, ve'yoy ki yaitzu sela bagai moyim, al bagai moyim. Asher priyoy, itay v'itoy, v'ulay lo yiboy. Ve'yoy ki yaitzu sela bagai moyim, al bagai moyim. Shuri, we all see, we
Ladies and gentlemen, Ingela, everybody come over here. We're taking a group shot. Cut the lights in the back, please. Cut the lights in the back.
Podium mic.
Cut the lights in the back, please. The lights in the back. Cut it, please. The lights in the back. Cut it, please. Cut it. Okay. I need 2 drinks sitting around. Put that to the barbitures, to Yidden. Okay. Beautiful. Room.
אם אפשר אפקט, אבא, שיהיה פתוח כל הזמן.
Kevin, I need you to come closer. Now, Reb Eli, stand back. Everybody stand back, 2 inches. Stand back.
אפקט.
The boys side, I need everybody to go back 5 feet. I'm not getting everybody in. 5 feet. You ought to go back. Everybody back. Walk back. It feels so good to have the mic. Wow.
Sing zusammen,
Picture. One more time. Guys, a little more in. Ooh, wait. Wait there. Good morning, Rabbi Isaac. Just for the video camera. I'm going to take a picture. Okay, fine. Reb Eli, 1, 2, 3, go. Good morning.
מחשבות טובות. נדורים טובים.
Yoeli Dickman Orchestra. Room 5030 key is found. 5030 key.
Rabbi Sai, the schedule very quickly for tonight. Is it?
1 second. There's a credit card here lost by a gentleman, Avram Matzliach. You have his credit card. Take it.
1 second.
Rabbi Sai, one people we didn't thank, very important. Yochi Fleischman and Wyatt Production and Chuni Rose, they arranged this whole Shabbos. I do not know how they make parnasa because they spend days on this job. Days and days on this job. So a huge round of applause. And if you need anything big to small, reach out to Yochi Fleischman. And another credit card. Rabbi say, if you don't claim it in 5 minutes, the whole car goes to MDY. Mitchell Tressman.
Hey, Rabbi Sai, the schedule very quickly. Yeah, that's Mitchell's. Okay. And one more card, Avram Matzliach. Not here? Okay, the schedule is as follows. Right before benching, we're going to have one last Divrei Siyum. Everyone grab a seat. Grab a seat, pull up a chair. We're going to have Divrei Siyum. Then we're going to have benching. It's not over yet. After benching, we've got a kubzitz. We still got another hour before they move the clocks back. 20 minutes before they move the clocks back. Everybody grab a chair. We still have to bench. We're holding you.
Effect.
Dr. Friedman, where are you? I want to share with you very quickly I want to share with you, before we call up Dr. Friedman, I want to share with you a WhatsApp that I just received 20 minutes ago from somebody who's been experiencing this event right now. Somebody wrote to me the following thing. This is their experience of tonight's event, when we just exploded into dance and song. I'm going to read it to you as I received it. During the 9 days, when everybody finds a reason to make a Siyum, to be able to eat some meat and play some music, it feels like a great loophole. We struggle to feel mourning, and the joy is more natural to us. But what can we do? We're mourning. So we find an excuse and we make a Siyum. It's a time of Avelos, so we make a Siyum. Tonight feels like the real thing. We aren't feeling Avelos. We're really feeling Avelos. We're feeling the pain. And even though we're feeling the pain, we were Messiah and nobody so much felt like celebrating. But the halach is when you finish a Masechta, even if you're in Avelos, you celebrate. And so the joy just burst forth, because that's our true simcha when we make a Siyum. This joy that we felt right now is true avodas Hashem in all matzavim. Rabbi Sai, Dr. Friedman's chesed is legendary. Dr. Friedman's giving to everybody is legendary. What's a little less known, except to his inner circle, is his deep connection to Limud Torah. His Limud Torah is legendary as well. Those that know. Dr. Friedman is really what makes everything happen. Reb Eli Stefansky's father, Eli's father-in-law, deals with Eli. He's a real motor behind everything that goes on. He is the Messiah at all the big events. He gives the Divrei Siyum, so without any further ado, a tremendous cover to have with us Dr. Friedman.
No one asked me to speak. He said I would be the last speaker. I didn't know I'd be the last person standing here, too. So I told him I'm not going to speak. Usually I summarize all the speeches from the weekend, and Rabbi side there were 18 hours of speeches, and I don't care about Eastern time, daylight time. My watch says a 1:45. So I'm not going to summarize, but I told Noam I'm not going to speak. And I told him I'll tell the reason I'm not going to speak, because I'm used to speaking to medical audiences. I speak about surgery for sleep apnea, a very specific area that I specialize in. There's a group of about 15 of us that get invited to every conference all over the world. And my friend says to me, we're all here because it's easy to be a giant among midgets. But I don't want to be a midget among giants. If you heard the speeches this weekend, you heard starting with Noam, one after the other, not counting, of course, our immense, fantastic, famous speaker, Reb YY, but Ari Shushan, even Rav Shlomo Horowitz told us a story today that was unbelievable, being Rav Meir Shapiro and Stano Gantz, and Reb Eli himself. So I am not fool enough to be the midget. I'm already accused of being a midget. So what can I talk about anyway? We already heard all about the Torah. We experienced the Torah. Everybody here learned. Many of us learned the whole half of Shas. Many of us learned parts of it. Doesn't matter. It's all clear. We experienced it. We know about the Chesed. We know about the Achdus. We know about the Kibbutz. You know, I support many care programs, and we go over the success. And many times the program, they're very involved. They spend a year or 2 years, and they get 3 guys to move on to Israel. Another program gets 5 guys. Mercaz Daf Yomi gets 1,000 guys, 2,000 guys a year. It's exponential. I'm thinking about exponential. Reb Eli was talking about the math of Panovich reminded me of the math. One of the managers of my son's yeshiva, Reb Chaim Samuel, the real Yerushalmi, used to talk about the math. And he'd say the math teacher would say to Yankel, they say, Yankel, your father borrowed $100 and he paid back 10. How much did he have to give back? And Yankel would say $10. And the math teacher would say, Yankel, you don't know math. And Yankel would say, you don't know my father. So what am I going to talk about? You thought I'm going to divulge the unknown location. I can't tell you, I don't know. So we heard the questions and answers, we heard everything. So what am I doing here? I'm here because I forgot to tell Reb Eli and the newly crowned Rebbitzin, my daughter, Rebbitzin Fegi, I forgot to tell them something. And I forgot for 30 years, because I forgot to tell them how proud I am of them, how amazing they are, and how much nachas they give me. And it's not my fault. The reason I forgot to tell them is because I think I'm a perfectionist, and I expect perfection for everybody. So when everybody's perfect, they did what they're supposed to do. So why give praise? But I think I'm actually my duties that I didn't give them that kind of praise and support and the nachas to tell them how much I am proud, how much what they accomplished, and it's not just what they did this year, what they continue to do on a regular basis, and that's what I'm here to tell them, just that I'm so proud, and the weekend was an amazing, amazing feeling of that accomplishment, seeing everybody here that has benefited from their work and the work that they continue to do. So I just want to say I love you and thank you for what you're doing.
Tiki Yoshevurim Teri Tiki Ogedoilo Oi haligim oi so Rosen. חוסי